What's up guys, back with another Jao Movies video, and of course this is the spoiler review to the Wonder Woman movie. So like the title said, there will be spoilers, so spoiler warning right there. And if you don't want to get spoiled, then don't watch this video, or if you just want to see my regular non-spoiler review, I have that uploaded already, and the link will be in the description below, or you could just check it out on my channel. Just click on my channel below and see all the other videos, including the non-spoiler Wonder Woman review. And this video, like I said, it's spoiler review. I will go into details. I have my notes right here, and I filmed this basically right after my non-spoiler review because I want to have everything still fresh in mind while I just watched it a few hours ago. So yeah, I'm still wearing the same tee, and yeah, it's still fresh in my head. So this is back-to-back filming right here. So like I said, spoiler warning. If you want to go see the non-spoiler review, pause this video, watch the non-spoiler, and you could come back here after you watch the Wonder Woman movie. So alright, let's get to it. First of all, like I said, my non-spoiler video, and if you follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram, which you should follow at JAveradharma, because I post awesome stuff there, I'm really excited for Wonder Woman. Like on Instagram, I post daily posts on the Instagram story, Wonder Woman coming out in 2 days, in 3 days, in 1 day. Like, I'm so excited. I have no idea why. In another video that I did, the top 5 comic book movies of the year that I predicted, I mentioned how I'm most excited for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But weeks before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I am so excited like you have no idea. But weeks before Wonder Woman, damn, I was way more excited for it, which I don't even know why. It just came out of nowhere. Maybe it's the screening that the critics can see, but the embargo's still there. Maybe it's the reviews that they did, the Twitter review that they made. Maybe that's why. Maybe the trailers. I have no idea what's going on, but I was just so excited. And when the embargo lifted, I don't know why I was so excited for the embargo lifted, because I haven't watched the movie. I don't have a screening, definitely, because I'm in Indonesia. No screening right here. But I got the advantage of being able to watch it on Wednesday, because it comes out on Wednesday in here. But I know in the US, it come out on Friday, right? So yeah, I have the advantage of that. But yeah, like I said, I don't have screening here, but I'm so excited when the embargo lifted. Weirdly enough, I didn't watch a single review because I wanted to be fresh out of my head, my own version of the review. So I didn't watch a single review at all, even though the embargo lifted, so that's weird. But yeah, I'm so excited for Wonder Woman. And like I said, it is the best DCEU movie to date. I should get a drink right there. I didn't. Anyway, it's the best DCEU movie to date. Better than Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad. Of course, those are not very good. Except for Man of Steel, which I rewatched and I actually like it at this point. I actually enjoy it. But yeah, Wonder Woman, it's just groundbreaking what it does. And not only that it's good, it does a lot to the industry. And before I go to the legit spoiler territory, I just want to say this movie does a lot to the industry because it's a female lead superhero movie. Like I said, comic book movie right now is in golden age. People, whatever comic book movie there is on theater, people watch it. Either it's Deadpool in the R-rated, Lego Batman, Logan, Captain America Civil War, Batman v Superman. All comic book movie or anything related to comic book superhero, people will watch it at this point. It's legit golden age, great for us nerds. But DCU haven't been doing that well. And now DCU make a movie that's really good. And not only that's really good, as female lead, the first in this golden age. We've seen Elektra, Catwoman in the past, and they're not that good, right? And not only this is a good female lead, female directed also. And it just brings so much to prove that female directors can do just as well, or maybe even better than male directors, but they're not given the opportunity yet, because people in general, the business of movies, they might still think that this is a man's world and men have the creative authority or whatsoever. But I think this is unfair. We need equality, and it proves that women can do just as well, and this is really important. And I saw this on Twitter. Patty Jenkins retweeted this, who directed Wonder Woman, right? She retweeted a picture of a young girl looking up to a poster of Justice League, and there's Flash, Cyborg, Superman, Batman, everyone's there. But she just looks and she adores the way how she adores Wonder Woman. That poster is just so adorable, and it's just inspiration for young girls and women everywhere, that you could do this. You have the opportunity to do this. This is the time now. Don't be afraid to do anything. So yeah, let's get into the spoiler territory, because that's what you came here for. Not about me ranting about Wonder Woman, but I just have to get it out there, okay? First of all, I like how this movie is lighter in tone in terms of DCEU, which I actually want to see more in DCEU, more family friendly, yet it still have adult themes, and it have more comedy, and it's not as gritty as like BVS, Man of Steel. You know, both those movies are really dark, really gritty, and they say at one point they're not gonna have any comedy at all. This is all gonna be for adult, but eventually they see how Marvel do, and they eventually not mimic, but they decide like, you know what, let's give it a try. Suicide Squad was a mess because they tried to jumble up both tones, but finally in this movie they know what they're doing. They know the tone. It's not that dark. It have adult themes. It's funny. It's lighter, and it's family friendly, but it's good. I really like this, and I want to see more of this going forward. Hopefully in Justice League and Aquaman and Flash, Batman, whatsoever. I want to see adult themes and know when to be gritty and know when to be serious, but also being able to make it family friendly like Marvel as well. Moving on, I like how it begins in the timeline of BVS. In the movie, it begins with Diana receiving. She's narrating. Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. She received the photograph of her with Steve Trevor, and yeah, it's around the BVS timeline, right? If I'm not mistaken, or no. She got an email in BVS from Bruce Wayne, but this one she got a hard copy. So I'm guessing this is after BVS. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm guessing it's after BVS, and I like how it started off there. I'm sorry, I have to get water. Like I said, I just filmed this back to back with my non-spoiler review. So yeah, a lot of talking, my mouth's really dry, so I had to get water. Anyway, where was I? Alright, the timeline of BVS, right? Okay, and then we go to the flashback of Diana growing up. We see the Themyscira, and it was so beautiful. I really enjoy every single scene in Themyscira. It looks great, the color, the water, everything, it looks beautiful. It's called Paradise Island for a reason, right? And yeah, I like how there is I like the training montage from when she's still young and she's just watching and she's like, yeah. Sorry. Whoa. Anyway, from when she was young, and then eventually she grew up and she started to train herself, and eventually Gal Gadot portraying Diana, and she trains there. I like those training montage. I like how badass these Amazonians are, and it proves that female can do just as well in terms of action sequence. And a really good action sequence too. I can hardly tell which one are stunt doubles, which one is real. So that's really well shot and really well directed. I actually want to see more of Themyscira, because I feel like there is just so much mythology and so much to explore. Wait, my notes just died. So much mythology and so much to explore, and hopefully we'll be able to see it in like a sequel or maybe even in Justice League. So I want to see more of those. But for this movie, I think the amount of screen time given to Themyscira is perfect, because we need to explore how she goes to the real world, to Earth, and how she struggles in World War I, and how humanity affects her. Because she's Amazonian, she doesn't know anything. And that leads to the... No, wait, not yet, I'm still sticking to Themyscira. I like how they're just time-lapsing her growth and not spending too much time as her as a child and teenager. They're just time-lapsing it, and then explain how Diana's origins brought to life from Zeus. Zeus bring her life to her. Because in terms of comic book origins, people might get confused, because lots of comic book origins are confusing. General audience might get confused if not done right. But this movie done it well, that the general moviegoers understand it. And to prove that is because I am a comic book fanatic, of course, so I know all of this. But like a regular moviegoer doesn't find it confusing. And I know, because I watch with my family, and they don't seem confused whatsoever, and they just understand the lore and where Wonder Woman is from. They fully get her backstory. And moving on, when Steve Trevor arrives and the war breaks out, I really like that. The action sequence in there was amazing, and there's also comedy in there as well. But the thing is that I like best is when Antiope dies. Spoiler, like I said, when Antiope dies, it's just very early in the movie, but they give enough screen time for Antiope in the beginning that you actually does care, maybe even a little bit, that she dies, and you feel how Wonder Woman's feeling, like her mentor. It's just, she's gone right that fast. There is emotion in it, and it maybe not as much for some people, but I like how they managed to give enough screen time for her in the beginning and really make her compelling, so when she dies it actually means something. And after that we see the lasso of truth being used for the first time on Steve Trevor, and the lasso of truth look amazing, the glowing. And I find that scene really hilarious and really good when Steve starts to blurt out all the truth. There's funny stuff in there, of course. And also the scene where he comes out of the pool and Diana's there and it's awkward. He's trying to cover his pee-pee. Because, yeah, she never seen a man before. And it's really awkward. But it's also really good when she starts talking about the watch and what it means to him. Also, I like how Diana, in that scene, after they lasso Steve Trevor, she realized she's formed as an individual, as she's questioned her purpose. She's told one thing by her mother, but she's forced to do another thing, and she started questioning herself and this conflicted ideology, and bam, right there, it starts her hero's journey and she knows what she's doing. And after that, when they're trying to escape from the island, I like the scenes where she starts grabbing all of her stuff, the sword, or known as the God Killer, her shield, her costume, which looks amazing, by the way. I really love the costume and the armor. And then they eventually say, alright, bye-bye to Queen Hippolyta. I like that scene as well. That scene was good. And when they're in the ship and they're having back and forth between Steve Trevor and Gal Gadot, Steve Trevor and Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, because she doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. So those back and forth are hilarious and it's funny. But it also means something for the overall context of the story to show what's going on. And when they're in London, of course, funny things happen also, because Wonder Woman is like out of place. She's out of this world and she don't know what the hell is going on. She's completely weirded out and so different. I like the back and forth between Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor's secretary. I think that's hilarious. And the outfit, the wardrobe trying, I like that. And also the door scene where her sword is stuck. I like that. And we've seen it in the trailer. And it's funny in the trailer. It's still fun in the movie for me to see it, even though I've seen it multiple times in the trailer. And the alley fight, that was cool. That scene, we saw brief of it in the trailer, of course. That scene was awesome. And it's also hilarious when Steve Trevor's like, boom, to the guy. It's like, oh, that's funny. And she's like looking at Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman doesn't feel anything. So that's funny as well. And it's cool and fun at the same time, which I love so much about this movie. They managed to balance it out so well, unlike the greedy, really, really greedy Man of Steel and BVS, which could work if done well, but apparently in those movies it doesn't that much. Anyway, back to Wonder Woman. Right during the meeting, the war meeting with all these general, and she speaks out. I feel like that moment is the moment she realized she's a leader, and she's someone who people could look up to, because she speaks out her opinion, and it's saying that not only she's developing as a character, but outside of that, saying that women also have the right to speak, not only men. And some of these men don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't give a damn about all these soldiers that are dying. And she speak out from inside. She's saying like, come on, what the hell are you doing? These are innocent people dying. You cannot do that. And it shows her as a leader, as a lover, and and when the team got recruited, I like how each of them are introduced. She's the leader in that scene, and also alongside with Steve Trevor, of course, but she brings the gravitas to that scene. And eventually the mission breaks out, right? They go on their journey, supported by, what's his name right there? Sir Patrick Morgan, who is like, I'm not really sure what he is, but he's part of the general meeting. So I think he's like the leader, the peace ambassador or something. And yeah, and eventually we go to the action sequence that we've been waiting for, the one that we've seen in the trailer, the war zone battle where she uses shield and she runs up. Okay, that scene was unbelievably well done. The whole time in the theater, I'm just like, oh god, yes. I cannot scream because I'm sitting next to a random guy and I think he might be annoyed. So yeah, I didn't scream, but I'm like, oh god, yes, this is so good. This is what I've been waiting for. And that scene where she's waiting the shield and then the gun's like, that was so good. That was so beautiful. And Steve Trevor have his own arc and he's a badass also in that scene, and all the members of the team have their own individual arc and they're really good. That scene was good. And then the not really warehouse, the thing in the tower, that scene was amazing. Her signature moves more like the sliding kick thingy now, I'm guessing. She played a lot with the lasso, with her, I really don't know what it's called. Man, I should be ashamed as a nerd that I don't know what's it called. But yeah, it's not a gauntlet, the bracelet. I forgot the name of the bracelet, but the way how she used the bracelet and everything, deflecting all the bullets, the shield, and using her sword and lasso, and she just jumping really high, kicking everything. That all those scenes were amazing. That is something that I will legit see from a comic book. So, Patty Jenkins, I love you. This is so good. You're making me happy. This is so good. I just really want to see that. And the dance scene after the battle is really nice. It's a really nice scene after a big action sequence. And those subtle scenes that sort of bring out the human in you, those subtle scenes are sometimes the best in movies. And I like that scene. I like that scene a lot. And also the boat scene. I like all the scenes between the back and forth between Steve Trevor and Gal Gadot, because they clearly have chemistry. And those, like I said, subtle human scenes are usually the best in this big blockbuster scenes. Like, example, Civil War. That scene, and I know this is Kevin Smith's favorite scene in the Civil War, when Spider-Man holds the, what's that, like the thing in the airport, whatever it is, that Spider-Man holds it and back and forth. Where are you from? Queens, Brooklyn. That scene, that just small, minor scene, that brings out the humanity, and those scenes are really good. So yeah, that scene in this, the dance scene and the singing and everything, I really like those. And of course, we go to the gala, where Wonder Woman apparently, did she steal someone's clothes? Did she just strip off someone and grab her dress? Because I have no idea where she got it. She just stares at the women and she's like, she got her dress. I'm like, what? Did she just strip her off? I have no idea. But she got that. And there's a meme where she put the sword. You could look up that meme somewhere. I'm not going to go into details of that meme. But yeah, Diana eventually meets General Ludendorff, played by Danny Houston. And at that point, his character has perfected a poisonous gas with the help of Dr. Poison, which in the comic is a villain of Wonder Woman also. And at that point, there's been hinting that he is Ares. And I also think he is Ares, because I think somewhere in the news, they say he is Ares. And even in Movie Brawl, when I'm still uploading news with Movie Brawl on Instagram, and now I don't anymore, but I also posted that Danny Hudson is playing Ares. So that's what I'm expecting going to this movie, and the movie is hinting so much about that. But eventually it's revealed that he's not, which was a shocker to me. But anyway, that scene where he first meet Wonder Woman, I legit think he was Ares, because the back and forth between him and Wonder Woman was like, yeah, I thought that's Ares. But then, after Ludendorff shoot out the gas, killed thousands of people, Diana so enraged at Ludendorff and at Steve Trevor, and he battled Ludendorff, and Ludendorff sucked that thingy into he inhaled it, and it gave him strength. I was like, he's gonna turn to Ares. It's so much stuff is pointing into that, and then he got killed, and Wonder Woman realized the war is still going on. That scene was surprising to me, because after that it's revealed that Sir Patrick Morgan, who is played by David Thewlis, is Ares. That is a twist I did not see. However, after Danny Hudson's character died, and we haven't seen Ares at all, I'm like, something is going on. We're either gonna see him resurrected as Ares or something is going on. But I did not see at all that Sir Patrick Morgan, played by David Thewlis, is going to be Ares. That is definitely a shocker to me. I don't know if you guys seen that coming, but I did not see that at all. So that was a big twist, that surprise, and I don't know if I hate it or I like the twist, but it's definitely a good twist, and it's a good twist. I did not dislike it, But that build up, I think either way could be good. But the twist was something surprising that I did not see coming. And of course, the battle in the end, like every comic book movie, need to have a battle, right? A big battle. It's very amazing. It's very reminiscent of BVS and Man of Steel. Really superpower beings beating the crap out of each other, and that's what you expect from a comic book movie. And I don't hate it because in the context it fits, especially when you consider it's Wonder Woman and it's Ares. Those two are really strong. And as a comic book reader, I love how the action sequences are shot, and I could legit, as I'm watching it, I'm like, frame by frame, I'm like, yeah, I could see this, I could see those in a comic book, and it's just so well how the storyboard and how they film it. It's really something that I could see from comic book. So as a fan, it's really happy, it's really joyful. I really enjoy those scenes. The action, of course, the choreography is well shot, everything. And talking about the how it is very faithful to the comic, that is something that I really love from this movie. It is where did I wrote that? I wrote it somewhere. Oh, there you go. There. I love how it's truly faithful to the comic, and the movie is truly faithful to the comic because, especially in terms of Wonder Woman character, it brings out everything in her in all this movie, and it's in one movie it shows everything. That's well done. It shows her confusion of she's an Amazonian. She doesn't really know who she is at first, and eventually she grow and learn and know who she actually is as Wonder Woman, become the leader, become the figure that the world needs her to be. The transition from Amazon to London in World War One, that confusion is shown. It show her violent nature and her ruthlessness as she beat the crap out of everyone in the war, and despite she just wants to care about the others, she killed Danny Hudson character. That when I see that, I'm like, yeah, that's her violent nature that Wonder Woman have, and Wonder Woman does have that. But what they do have best is the love and the compassion that Wonder Woman have, because despite her ruthlessness, Wonder Woman is known best for her love. And I might be wrong, but if I'm not wrong, I think in Darkest Night in the Green Lantern saga, Wonder Woman she got the Sapphire ring. Oh man, what's the name? I'm gonna kick myself. I can't remember, but it's Carol Ferris's troop, the Sapphire Star, I think. Star Sapphire. Yeah, she got that, which is powered by love. So yeah, it really shows her. The movie really display her love and compassion really well, especially to everyone who's suffering. She cares about everyone. She cares about Steve. She cares about her family. She cares about Ethiopia. She cares about the war. She cares about the world. She wants peace, and her compassion is really shown alongside her violent nature and ruthlessness, which it balanced. Patty Jenkins balanced that out really well and showcased it really well. And back to it again. After that battle sequence in the end, of course, Steve Trevor dies, sacrificed. That is emotional moment. That is really determined the hero in him. And I find it sad, not because the movie is that part is sad in particular, but because I want to see Steve Trevor more in the DCEU, and I know this is set in World War One, and even if he's still alive, he's probably dead by the time Justice League come around. But if only they follow the New 52 arc where Steve Trevor is in the modern day, I really would love to see that, because Steve Trevor in New 52, and those are the DC comics that I follow the most at this point. I haven't followed Rebirth yet, but I'm planning to. But yeah, Steve Trevor is a big part of New 52. So yeah, that part, yeah, I'm happy nevertheless, despite what they do in the movie. But yeah, if they don't do it and they do it in the modern twist, I would like that either. And Wonder Woman wins, of course, with the spectacular ending. That pans out. She realized the war is done. She did it. It shows her as the hope, not really hope, like she's the leader, and what she brings to the table. And after that, she goes back to real time, and she realizes who she is as a character, as a hero, as Wonder Woman, and she knows where she's headed. that's a great ending. And of course, there's no post-credit scene. I waited till the end, and there's no post-credit scene, which a bit disappointed actually. But yeah, not. I don't. It's not like it reduced the movie as a whole. And I have this comic book right here. I don't really. The truth is, that is my comic book stack right there. I don't have that much, but I do read comic books like online, and I hear it from YouTube videos, people reading the comic books out. But I do have these two Justice League comic books from New 52, Volume 1 and this is Volume 2, yeah. And both of them they both have Wonder Woman heavily involved in both of them, and really important, especially in this one. Wonder Woman's really strong character in this one, so I cannot really recommend a Wonder Woman storyline because I don't have a Wonder Woman comic. But if you want to see a Justice League with Wonder Woman's strong plotline, this one I recommend it. And this sequence in particular, if you could see it right here. Remember how in the movie, she got ice cream and she's like, "You should be proud of yourself," something like that. I legit, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, they refer to this scene because in New 52 is legit. If you see in here, she got, oh, it's blurring out. If you see in here, she legit got the ice cream, and she told the guy, right, the ice cream is wonderful. You should be very proud for these achievements. And the guy's like, thanks. And then Steve Trevor right after that's like, "Diana, we have to go." So that scene, even though it's not, this one is about Justice League, and that one is in Wonder Woman and set in World War One, of course. But that scene, I know they took it out from there. So those subtle Easter eggs I really love in these comic book movies. Yeah, it's been a long video, and if you stick till the end, thank you so much. It's either you enjoy my video, which is thanks a lot, or you just really enjoy Wonder Woman movie and you want to go to spoiler territory with what I think it is and what my opinions on this particular scene and stuff. The only scene that I probably dislike, I don't know, it's tough. It's still very new to me. It's still very fresh in my head, so I really like all the scenes. I can't really decide on one that I dislike, but I like the scenes. And anyway, that is the end of the spoiler review. I really don't know what else to talk about. But yeah, if you enjoy my video, smash the like button, comment what you think is your favorite part of the movie. I want to hear your comments, and let's start a conversation down in the comment section. I really want to talk to you guys, to the fans out there on YouTube who is new to me. Subscribe to my channel. I have lots of movie content, several TV content, comic book content, all those kind of stuff. I have I make trailer reaction, spoiler review, movie review. I do some other stuff like, yeah, different kind of stuff like top 5 comic book movies. I'm starting this new thing, which is a weekly news rundown, because I don't want to do news daily because that's too much work, and I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm still new to this thing, so I feel like a weekly news rundown, a longer duration, and I just talk about the news and what my thoughts in it are. I think that's a good way of how I deal with it. So yeah, check those out. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. I post a lot of polls. I post a lot of stuff. It's at JA Viradharma. You could see in the link, or you could see in the screen. It's supposed to be there right now if I don't forget to edit it. So yeah, until next time, ciao out.